Webb gets him down. He's going for the RNC.
Yeah, it looks like he's got it.
He's got it. 150 into round one. Webb goes to 2-0. Second fight. Nowhere to go for these bantamweights in this small cage either. Eric Perez taking on Fabiano Jaquez.
Oh, look at his chin. It's
Perez
all the way
in the
up.
green-white.
Yeah, you're going to get caught.
Oh!
Wow.
Jaquez walked into that, didn't he? And
Yeah,
now
he had
look
his
at
chin
Perez.
right up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of real naked jokes going on today.
And there's another one. 55 seconds into round one. It is Eric Perez going to 4-3 with the win. Flyweights in the third fight of the night. John Dotson. He's won 5 out of 7, taking on Josh Lujan. All of his wins by KO, all 5 of them.
Oh, nice. Sets it up with that left high kick. Look at this. Boing. Bada bing, bada. Boom! On the temple. Yeah. That works.
wins.
That works really good if you hit somebody first. If you kick him in the head, and then hit him on the temple. That's a good thing to do. To knock somebody out.
Dotson winning again. He's won 6 fights by way of knockout to get the TKO. He looked good.
Nice. He looked very good. Yeah.
All right.
Good job, bud.
Good job. And his boss pointed out, nowhere to go there. Nowhere to go.
I like it. I like the small cage, because it's real funny. Like the old age, like the pancration, what they did. I believe it was like 20 feet by 15 feet. That was the whole area. That's a real small area, and they had to fight. And those fights were hard. I mean, those in some places they fought to the death, but that was of course not sanctioned. But it was in the Olympics also, all the way back, 493 before Christ. God, I know my history.
Wow, that's impressive. Hey, what if that Don Fry Mola Wall fight was to the death? That'd be a great pay-per-view, wouldn't it?
He'd have a great
Who
funeral.
said it wasn't?
I'd probably give him a cremation. I'd give him a
that, Don?
cremation.
Who said it wasn't? Hell, I'm already dying of boredom already just talking to him. Just watching some of his fights. Gouge out my eyes with some pencils.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Your eyes will be swollen shut once I'm done with you, dog. You won't be seeing
All
nothing.
right, now we hope to wake you up once again with Ron Kruk in the News Corner with more. Ron.
Guys, I'm not sure the news is a cure for Don Fry's boredom, but here it goes. We begin with more from the biggest free agent signing in MMA history. After several reports, including one from the LA Times, had Fedor signing with the UFC, the last emperor agreed to a multi-fight deal with Strikeforce. When the UFC and M1 Global talks fell apart because of co-promoting demands, Fedor and his management team chose to sign with the UFC's biggest competitor. Fedor gave us some insight to what happened with the UFC.
I was the part of the meeting of M1 Global Management with UFC. Unfortunately, Dana White himself was not on this meeting, so the attorneys of UFC were conducting the meeting. So from the side of UFC, we've got the offer. Well, frankly speaking, nothing special.
When Fedor makes his Strikeforce debut, it will be the first time he has ever fought in a cage. To date, all his fights have taken place in a ring. One of the men responsible for bringing Fedor to the U.S. and Strikeforce is CEO Scott Coker. He spoke about landing the sport's most sought-after free agent and when he expects him to fight.
The situation was when M1 was here for the fight that they were going to do with Affliction, as you guys know, got canceled. They started looking around and shopping around for other possible deals. They took meetings with the UFC. They took meetings with some boxing promoters. Some other promoters I heard were also in the discussions, and we were in the discussions as well. And I didn't know how it was going to come out. And when they left towards the end of the week there, everything was still up in the air. And they said they'd get back to me. And so it was something that we felt that do we have a shot? Maybe because of the co-promotion availability with our company and their company. But it wasn't for sure. But I feel really good about it, and I feel like it's a good situation for everybody that's involved. Fedor will fight before the end of the year, sometime in the fall. We're looking at October, November, and we're still working out the details with their camp.
Scott, looking at the stable of heavyweights in your promotion, you have Alistair Overeem, Brett Rogers, and Fabricio Verdum. Should we assume Fedor will face one of them in his debut?
You know what, Ron, that hasn't been determined yet, and I think that those are probably the 3 most likely candidates for him in the first fight. But like I said, with the Dreams relationship, they have a couple good heavyweights over there, and we also have Paul Bonatello on our roster. That was somebody that we lent to Affliction during the Affliction, when they were still in business. So, there's a couple options for Fedor, and those conversations will happen probably by this Friday.
Coker told me he believes Jake Shields will fight on the same card as Fedor in October. In other Strikeforce news, we are only a week away from the highly anticipated women's title fight between Gina Carano and Christine Cyborg Santos on August 15th. The consensus top 2 female fighters in the world will be the first women to headline a major MMA fight card. Carano understands the importance of that honor.
This has been an amazing journey, and I couldn't be more blessed or humbled to be a part of this. And definitely thank you to Strikeforce and Showtime for putting this on, because it takes a lot of balls to put something like this on, to be quite frank, to put us up there and put us on the main event. And I know we won't be letting you guys down.
You can see if Gina Carano actually makes weight when Inside MMA broadcasts the weigh-ins live from San Jose next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Strikeforce also announced an alliance with the Japanese promotion Dream. The 2 organizations plan an exchange of fighters, and the promotion added Dream veteran Ronaldo Jacare Souza to their stable of middleweight fighters. More news from Dream headlines are quick hits. Lightweight champion Joachim Hansen will make his first title defense against the man he beat to claim the belt, Shinya Aoki. The title fight will take place October 6th at Dream 11 and will air on HDNet. If the smack talk between Don and Mo hasn't got you pumped up for their fight, maybe the barbecue in Kansas City will. The August 28th M1 Breakthrough event will not take place in Los Angeles as originally planned, but will move to Kansas City. And the UFC will continue to expand internationally. HDNet Fights' Michael Chavello gave Inside MMA the exclusive news.
It's not official. It'll come out soon, I'm sure. But from what I've been told, and my sources are usually spot on, Sunday, February 21st, in Sydney, Australia, the Olympic city of 2000. First time ever, the UFC heading to the Southern Hemisphere. It's going to be absolutely huge.
And finally, overshadowed by UFC 101 this weekend and the Fedor signing, the WEC will hold their 42nd show this Sunday in Vegas. Can anyone put an end to WEC bantamweight champ Miguel Torres' reign? Torres has an incredible 36-1 record and has won 17 straight. Undefeated Brian Bowles will attempt to stop the winning streak. Next in line for a bantamweight title shot could be the winner of the Joseph Benavidez-Dominic Cruz fight. Benavidez recently talked about this huge opportunity in front of him.
I'm really looking forward to the fight. He has a great pace, just like myself, and it's going to be a hectic, crazy battle. Of course, I'm looking to finish him. Rumors are it's the #1 contender fight, so they say whoever wins this fight is going to go for the title. And that's what I've worked for. That's my dream.
Guys, the UFC, WEC, and Strikeforce all have an event in the next 8 days. It's going to be a very busy month. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Ron. Mo, you made some news last week. Getting trash talking going on with you and Rampage Jackson. What's that all about?
Man, that's some old news.